right-hand side, where you will spot an African elephant. We know it's an African elephant due to the shape of his ears. They're shaped just like the continent of Africa. Now, I know that sounds silly, but it really is how we differentiate between elephant species. And we can also infer that this one here might just be a male. That's because this elephant is all alone. Elephants are incredibly social animals, and their herd sizes reflect this, but the males are actually forcefully removed from those herds, and they have to roam the savannah in solitude. They'll do so for many years, or at least until they meet up with other males doing the same, at which point they'll come together and form small male groups known as bachelor herds. Now, a bachelor herd of these male elephants will be relatively small in size by nature, though the largest one ever recorded was in fact 144 bull elephants strong. Regardless of herd size, incredibly fortunate that we saw an elephant at all today, due to the fact that their numbers are declining rapidly in the wild. Now, those numbers are of course dwindling due to poaching, but these elephants are being poached for a number of reasons. As I'm sure many of you can imagine, one of those reasons will be for the ivory and their beautiful tusks, but another reason that might surprise you will simply be over farmland. As these elephants migrate, they stampede through farms and destroy crops. As a result, many farmers around East Africa actually poach these animals for no reason other than to protect their harvest. Now, that is truly unfortunate. However, a recent discovery made right here in Disney's Animal Kingdom has actually taught us that despite their mighty size, these elephants are afraid of bees. With that information in hand, some of those same farmers actually began to put beehive fences around their crops. In doing so, it actually deters the elephants from coming anywhere near those dangerous and problematic farming areas, and at the very end of the day, gives the farmers something else to harvest too, that of course being honey. Not to mention all of the pollination benefits from having all of those bees in close proximity to the harvest. It certainly serves as a win-win situation for every party involved. Now, we're seeing plenty of elephants out here on the left, indicating that this one here is likely not a bachelor herd, rather a regular herd of female elephants. This herd will of course be led by a dominant female, and she's known as the matriarch. She's not necessarily known as the oldest. She's not necessarily the oldest, but she is the wisest, and she knows best where to find food and water. She'll then lead the herd around the savannah in search of those resources. Now, they're going to roam the savannah all over the place, so it's incredibly fortunate we're able to encounter them at all here today. But those females are actually going to work together to raise and nurture all of the babies. Now, those babies can be either male or female. The females will work together to raise them no matter what. But if there are any baby males out there mixed in with the female herd, once those baby males reach the age of maturity, they'll be forcefully removed from the herd, and they'll have to go out and find their own bachelor herd. The age of maturity in African elephants, by the way, is between 13 and 15 years. Now, scooting right along here, we are going to see some birds, and these are the greater flamingos. Hence the name. These greater flamingos are the largest flamingo species, though interestingly enough, they're also the lightest pink in color. At birth, they're completely gray, and they get their light pink shade of color due to their beta-carotene-rich diet of brine shrimp. The darker pink the bird, the older it is, and a group of flamingos is of course known as a flamboyance. So seen before us here today is a flamboyance of greater flamingos, and that, my friends, can certainly be